here is our aquaponics setup. It is starting to flow right now, actually. The water is flowing out of this grow bed. Water is first initially pumped up through this hose. There's a pump in there. Pumps up through this hose and into the grow bed. The grow bed is where we grow vegetables. And once the water fills this grow bed up, then there's a bell siphon right here in the middle. I made this. And I don't want to pull it up right now because it's doing its thing, but let's see if we can see down there. Probably not with the light. But it causes all the water to be suctioned out of there. Once it gets to a certain height, it starts a vacuum and it sucks it and it pours it down all the way down, and then aerates the fish in here. Makes the water start moving, gives them bubbles and aerates it. And that is the cycle. And that water that's pumped up in here is their ammonia. The fish let off ammonia when they go to the bathroom. It makes the water ammonia, and too much of that, without it being cleaned, is going to cause the fish to suffocate, is what I've learned. And so that needs to be pumped and filtered out of there. So it's pumped up through here with the pump. There it goes. Now that bell siphon just taking its breath. What's that noise? It's taking a breath, and it'll finally stop pumping the water out. Alright, now it's about done. There we go, now it emptied. Now it's going to start back up again. And this is the bell siphon, this is what it looks like. But what I said was it pumps it up, the ammonia, into this grow bed, and the ammonia gets changed into nitrates up here in this grow bed. And the nitrates feed the plants. I guess that's what fertilizer is nitrate. Nitrogen, I'm sorry. It turns into nitrate, which turns into nitrogen, I believe, and then it feeds the plants, and the plants absorb that nitrogen, and then it cleans the water, and then clean water gets pumped back into there, into the fish. You get nice clean water, so that's how it filters it. But here's the bell pump, or the bell siphon, forgive me. We made it. It has a standpipe inside here. Once the water gets up to that height there, then this bell siphon will start to take effect. Fills up here and starts sucking it out fast, because once it gets to the top of that drain pipe, it'll start flowing out just out of that pipe, because that's where it goes down through that pipe and back into here. But once it gets to that pipe, instead of just keep flowing into there, this bell siphon makes it go real fast. It starts sucking real fast, and it creates a vacuum, and it gets all that water drained out of there until it gets all the way down to this here, that's why I said it takes a breath, kind of like a straw. Once it gets a breath, and it keeps taking a breath, and it finally gets a breath, and it stops the vacuum. And when it stops the vacuum, then this whole thing fills back up. So it fills all the way up, and then it empties out. So that's a continuing process. It fills up, empties out. And you can see the water starting to come back up again, little by little, gradually. And that's how that works. And this is just to cover it, to keep it from getting garbage in there. We have pine trees around, so pine needles can fall in there and make a mess and stuff. But these teeth right here help the water suck up too. And this thing right here, the only reason this is necessary is so the rocks don't suck up in here, don't get stuck and cause the water to stop flowing. So this just kind of is a preventative, helps it to keep flowing right without all these little rocks getting in. These are just pea gravel. Pea gravel you can get from Walmart, Lowe's, and I don't know if there's an improvement store. I just broke that piece of lettuce. But pretty simple. We changed the bed recently, so that's why I'm videoing it again. We used to have a little small grow bed up here. It was just our first time trying it out and thought we'd do it. It was this little round thing right there, a round one, and we had that PVC pipe coming out the bottom, and it would pour in. It would make more of a splash and more aeration. Now we've got this curved thing and it just kind of spirals up the water, but this grow bed's bigger now, and I think we grew corn in the last one. Didn't do too good, but it grew good, but it didn't, we never let it, I think we picked it too soon. It just didn't get real big ears on it either. What else did we grow? Basil. Basil went crazy in here. It did really good. And we did lettuce and it did real well. I put chives in here. They did good. And cilantro. I don't know if I put cilantro in here. I think I set it next to it and something else like over there or something. But quite a few things. We did plant some seeds in here. Jesse planted a loofah gourd seed and it went crazy. It climbed all the way up the house and stuff. And we took that out because we had to change out the system to this bigger bed, but it went wild. But we got flowers on it and everything, but we never got any loofahs. So seeds do sometimes sprout. Right now we're waiting for some spinach seeds, which haven't showed. So I don't know if I just didn't plant them deep enough. I was afraid if I planted them too deep they wouldn't pop up, but I don't even see anything trying to come out. So maybe I just, like I said, didn't plant them deep enough, or maybe they just aren't doing good. Maybe you should start them in a peat, in real, not in gravel, but in real dirt. And that's where these all came from, real dirt, and we just rinsed off the water and then put them in the gravel. So you just rinse it off in the water and like a separate container, probably something like that, like just water in a bucket, shake them off real good, and so they're nice clean roots now, and then put them in there. This is my other rabbit stuff. This has nothing to do with that, but they came in little packs like this. You could start them in dirt and then rinse them off and plant them, and they've done really well. Here's what they look like now from the ones we didn't plant. They look pretty good too though, compared to these. The arugula wasn't doing very good at first. It seemed to lay down a lot, but it's perked up and everything now. So maybe I'll come back and see what it looks like in a few weeks or something. Okay, and this right here on top is just that duckweed. We got it from the canal, looking around for duckweed, and finally found some. And I just put this on top. This doesn't usually sit in here or nothing, but they feed on it. So I'll give it to them every now and then for something to eat. We got a bucket of it. I just put some in there too to see if any more would grow, but we got a container of it over here. It rained so much, things about to burst. And I don't know if these big things are necessary, but we got several different things out of the pond trying to hope we got the main source so these would grow, and they did. They started multiplying, and then when the rain fills it up, they start splashing over out. Doesn't get to stay in there forever, but it's doing okay. It works. We usually feed them fish food. The fish, all we gotta do, is feed the fish. You feed the fish and the fish feed the plants. So we just take care of the fish and the plants are a bonus. And when the fish get big enough, there will be dinner. That's it. Okay. Bye.